Welcome to The Explainer. If you're tuning into this, there's a really good chance you, or maybe someone you know, is currently tangled up with the Los Angeles Superior Court. And listen, let me just be the first to say, I completely get it. Trying to navigate this court system, especially when you're dealing with traffic tickets and mounting court debt, well, it can be incredibly stressful, right? It's confusing and honestly just outright overwhelming. But I want you to take a deep breath, okay? Because actionable, crystal clear help is on the way. Today, we're going to break down exactly how this whole system works and, more importantly, how you can actually take back control of your situation. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start with the very real temptation of just ignoring your traffic ticket, followed by the harsh reality of a failure to appear and getting trapped in court collections. After that, we'll cover the tools available if you just can't afford to pay, and then we'll wrap up with a step-by-step guide to actually fixing your ticket. Right, so Section 1, ignoring your traffic ticket and the temptation to hide. Let me ask you a question. And I really want you to be completely honest with yourself here. Have you ever gotten a ticket that you just absolutely could not afford? Like money is already super tight, life is moving way too fast, and suddenly, bam, you're handed a piece of paper with a massive fine on it. It's a really high-stakes problem, and honestly, it immediately triggers that primal instinct we all have to just avoid the situation entirely. I mean, it is completely normal to feel the urge to take that stressful little slip of paper, shove it way back into your glove box, and just pretend it doesn't even exist. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, unfortunately, while just ignoring a citation is actually one of the most common mistakes drivers make here in Los Angeles, doing that starts a really dangerous snowball effect. The ticket doesn't just magically go away. Instead, you're triggering a chain reaction of compounding legal and financial consequences that are going to make that original fine look like literal pocket change. Which brings us to Section 2, the failure to appear, and exactly what happens the second a deadline passes. See, the moment you miss your assigned court date, or even just a payment deadline, the court escalates things fast. You get hit with what the California Vehicle Code calls a 4508A, which most people know as a failure to appear, or an FTA. So an FTA happens when you willfully fail to appear or respond to a ticket by that required date. And here's the kicker. It is an entirely separate offense from your original ticket, and it's actually a misdemeanor. Now, the key word in all that legal jargon is willfully. The law is specifically targeting drivers who are actively choosing to ignore the court. So by simply letting that date slip by on the calendar, you've just turned a standard, run-of-the-mill traffic ticket into a much, much bigger legal headache. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. On one hand, a standard traffic infraction is usually just a fine, right? It generally doesn't leave you with a criminal record. But then look at the other side. A failure to appear is a separate criminal misdemeanor charge. That means the judge can actually issue a bench warrant for your arrest. And that warrant, yeah, it stays totally active until it's formally resolved in the system. The craziest part is, you could be charged with this failure to appear even if you would have easily beaten the original traffic ticket. That takes us right into Section 3, trapped in court collections. This is where the snowball effect really picks up speed. So the crucial point is that ignoring a ticket doesn't just get you a bench warrant, it brings some really hefty financial penalties too. Unresolved court matters eventually get transferred over to collections, and a civil assessment penalty of exactly this amount, $100, can be tacked right onto your original fine. Now, the court usually doesn't slap these penalties on you the very millisecond you miss a date. They'll typically mail you a delinquency notice first, which gives you this short little window to respond. But if you ignore those mailed notices, you're basically giving the court the green light to refer your debt straight to a collection agency, places like GC Services, Harris & Harris, or Line Barger. That is exactly why taking action during the court's short grace period is absolutely essential. You have to step in to prevent these added civil assessments and collection fees from stacking up and totally wrecking your financial standing. Okay, let's slow things down a bit for Section 4, can't afford to pay, the court's financial hardship tools. Look, the Los Angeles Superior Court actually knows that people struggle. They really do have built-in tools for financial relief. If you are going through financial hardship, you can ask the court to consider your ability to pay. If you qualify, they might offer a fine reduction, they might give you more time to pay, let you get on a manageable payment plan, or even convert your fine into community service. I really want to remind you of something right now. Financial hardship is a valid legal reality. It is not a moral failing. The court has these systems in place specifically to help out everyday drivers who are just trying to make ends meet. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is you can actually use the court's online ability to pay tool to fight back against those extra penalties without ever having to set foot in a courthouse. Remember earlier how we said a failure to appear targets someone who willfully ignores the court? Well, what if you didn't receive the notice? Or what if a real emergency prevented you from showing up? In those cases, you might have a totally valid defense. You can formally petition the court to show you had good cause for missing the date. Proving a lack of willfulness can actually get those extra civil assessments completely vacated and wiped from your balance. Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, how to fix your ticket with a step-by-step resolution. You can actually take immediate control of your ticket status online right from your living room. To find your ticket in the LA Superior Court online portal, you just need to follow 4 tangible steps. First, you'll select the court where your ticket is assigned. Second, select the specific law enforcement agency that issued the ticket to you. Third, punch in the citation number that's printed right there on the ticket itself. And finally, enter your birth date. This is going to pull up your specific case and show you exactly what online transactions your ticket currently qualifies for. Let's move to and see how this builds, because once you actually log in, your case status code tells you exactly where you stand. If it says prior, that means your ticket is closed. Boom, there's nothing else you need to do. If it says court, it means you've successfully reserved a court date for your arraignment. If you see traffic school, your request for traffic school has been officially approved. And if it says dismissed after you took a course, it means your traffic school completion certificate has been securely received by the court. But, okay, what if your situation has already escalated past all that? What if you have that active misdemeanor warrant we talked about earlier? Well, this is where professional help comes in. Traffic ticket lawyers can often step in and recall or quash that bench warrant for you. And honestly, the best part? For a lot of misdemeanor traffic offenses, an attorney can literally appear in court on your behalf. That means you don't have to be taken into custody, you don't have to miss a shift at work, and you don't even have to step foot inside a Los Angeles courthouse to get the whole thing resolved. We have covered a lot of ground today, right? From the hidden dangers of the old glove box method to the really powerful tools you have at your disposal to fight court debt and clear up bench warrants. So I want to leave you with this one final question. Will you take the first step today to clear out your glove box, navigate your options, and finally reclaim your peace of mind? The tools are right there, the online portals are wide open, and professional help is literally just a click or a quick call away. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. And hey, good luck getting back out on the road totally worry-free.